Okay, I'm going to spend a little bit of time just looking at this for a moment, because something wrong is still happening, isn't it? And the wrong thing that's happening is happening still, I think, around the bottom of the screen. Around the bottom of the screen. Let's have a look at what it gives me for this. Right, it misses the bottom. It's found an intersection with the left and it's found an intersection with the bottom, but if I move it to here, it gets the intersection of the bottom. And it gets it, I think, in the right place. Oh, come on. It's here. No, it's not getting a... 1 second. I'm not getting an array index out of bounds or anything. Okay, let me try another one. Let me see, what if I'm off the right and then I intersect to the bottom? Then it works. Okay. Off the top and intersect to the bottom. And it works. And actually, is it something slightly different? Is it... that works. That doesn't. That doesn't. That does. So it's not only intersections at the bottom, it's intersections at the bottom, I think, where it is having to do a Y move. That intersection at the bottom works. And that does as well. In fact, it's only when it's doing like a positive... let me try again. Misses it. A Y move. Now if I try this way round, it misses it again. Right, okay, so that makes sense, I think. Makes it with 1, 2... well, 1, 2, 3... yeah, I think that makes sense. In my mind it makes sense. It's going to the integer, which is the lower, you know, to occupy the lower space. Okay. So that's narrowed it down, I think, in my mind. It's when it's travelling in this positive direction. Oh gosh, there are so many combinations that need to be tried, which I am anxious that I'm not going to manage to think of them all. Oops. But okay, so but I won't forget this particular one. So can I just replicate it, no question, down here like this? Yeah, that's it, causing the problem. Should be up to about there. Should still get the problem. That gets the problem. This should get the problem. And this should not get the problem. It does though. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, but hang on, that's higher than... 1 moment. That's higher than 45 degrees. It's doing, oh no, it's not higher than 45 degrees. That is getting the problem. That is so strange. It seems to be higher than 45 degrees here. But it's not. Is it? No, it's going way down. It's like that is 45. It is below. So this... Yeah, okay. That is... Yeah, no, that is past 45. It's higher than 45 degrees. Okay, so that is weird to me. That means that I don't quite understand it. Coming on with 2 at the top. Yeah, maybe just. Then leading straight down. Just doesn't look quite right, does it? What happens when I move it to here? That still doesn't look right. This is bizarre, and I'm going to go round in circles if I don't just stop myself. That's it at 45 degrees. Does not work. This is it doing it more vertical than horizontal, and it does not work. It breaks it. When I get up to here, it kind of, sort of starts working again. It's a bit of a wonky line. Well, it looks wonky at that resolution anyway. Okay, let's have another little look. So it isn't really about the gradient. This line is at an angle with at least one end off the screen. So this, I'm pretty sure that is right. Like, it draws it correctly in an awful lot of positions for that C value to be wrong. If y at x is greater than 0, y at x0 is less than... And I think that that is right. It's not less than or equal to, because is it actually greater than or equal to 0 and less than the other one? And left is less than or equal to 0, and right is greater than or equal to 0. This is a little thing, and I just don't know if it really can really be the thing that makes all the difference, but I do think that 0 is included in the display. Could that really be the thing that... And here I am always saying less than, when I'm referring to the opposite side of the screen. Okay. It's a little thing that I'm not sure the sort of effect something like that will have on the suns. Okay. Well, I know that this should break it. And it still does. And this did before. And still does. Gosh darn it. Yeah, basically it's doing exactly the same thing. almost no difference. And I'm not surprised, trying to think about it. The circumstances I'm setting up, that's interesting. That one manages it. The circumstances I'm setting up. Start at 0, end at 6. 0.058. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That is clearly far too small a dy value, isn't it? A dy of 0. Like I can see difference x being 6.1. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these 2 bits being just over 1. But this is a not 0.58. That's getting far too small a gradient. I'm going to have to get the output line side, the output positions as well, before I immediately before I draw the line. And I'll have a little couple of spaces there. And here I will have debug right OL SX plus truncated float. Oh, I can't believe I'm not already OL SX plus OL SY plus truncated float. OL SY OL EX plus OLEY. Okay. I mean, I don't actually expect to get that much from this, but let's see. I want to see what it says about exactly that situation. I just asked from it. This one. Oh well, start-wise 8.6. Would seem to make sense. Oh well, endwise 9. That does not make sense. You know, yeah, it does make sense. Kinda. No, it doesn't. 1. Oh yeah, it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it doesn't make sense. 10 is against the bottom. So what happens when it's right? It's still 9. Yeah. that's right, isn't it? Innit? That is right, innit? And the reason it's right is that that is the value of the final row of pixels on the screen. This is the final row of pixels down here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 0 being this row of pixels. Down here, 9 is right. 8.6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 8.0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8.2 or something. What happens if I just shuffle that to there? Y has increased slightly, and I think that's right, yeah. So why is that 1 too high? The x is correct, it starts at 0. The end x, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is kind of... Wow, I shouldn't have done that, but anyway, I'll just redo that. End x, 6.01, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1, 8 is like just after 6. That doesn't seem right. And this is not, like, this does kind of represent the pixel that's going to be drawn to 6. It's like 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This pixel entered. So, should I actually think of it as 0, 1, 2? That's the place where column 0 is. This, I guess, is the place where column 0 starts. 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So in that case, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure enough, 8.662. So yeah, I do need to get thinking better about this. That is indeed where it crosses. But actually... End y of 9. I see the problem here, I think. Well, I sort of do. It's that the end y is at the height. The line exits the it exits that rectangle at the height, even though the row number is one lower than that. And I can only guess that it causes this problem. This is right, this is right, this is right, and this is kinda, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Row 9 ends at 10. Sorry about that. What do I do about row 9? I mean, I feel like I must be running up against this problem with the columns as well, somehow. And which way did you think that was going? Along X. Yeah, that's right. In this case, it's definitely right. I only got failures along X in this case. Okay, so it went along X and it failed. It got OL end Y to be 9, and OL end Y is likely to be 9. It could have ended up in this position where it found this left-hand check that all got set correctly. No right-hand check, no top check, no, yeah, this is the one. If it is greater than 0, less than the width, see, I guess that's just not right. But does that work? Does this one work? And also, I do get an array index out of range now. I just feel like I definitely do. If I don't, then there's a luck of the rounding that I did not foresee. Let's see. Wish I could remember to boost this up before I run it. Okay. Well, look, that made it work, which is nice. But now, yeah, array index out of range. God damn it, how do I compensate for this little thing? Because there, yeah, the end is 10. It gets to, when it has to draw into the final, I mean, I don't want to say for sure that's what it was doing. Just off you go. And no, I know Microsoft. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well. I'd like to see that again, actually. It managed to render this one. 3, 1, 2, 3. This one is occupied by it. That makes sense, because this square is occupied. Does it make sense? Because actually that pixel is there, but I suppose it is maybe just occupied down in that corner. Okay. These two occupied. Then it goes weird. Yeah. di is 1.3. dy 1.3. Gradient 0.22. Starting OLY 8.66. So yeah, after 2 steps it would jump down, yeah, to be in, remembering that these are centered there, there, and the next one, yeah, is centered on that. I wonder if it'd actually be better for me to center it like this, like that. The difference would be actually no, I'm not going to just confuse things more just now. Anyway, this, yeah, does look quite kind of right. And what happens if I go to there? I just get the right thing. I get what I expect. If I go to there. And is it basically just that if I arrange it such that I'm going to write into the last, like I expect a row of pixels along the top to be filled. That's exactly what I get. I expect a row of pixels along the top to be filled, split halfway. I beg your pardon? 2? 2? That's not what I expect, to say the least. It's not, I did not get what I expected out of that. This is refusing to scroll now. Well, you see, that's really not great. Unless I assume there's 1, 3, 4, maybe it's okay. I think I'm going to have to round as opposed to floor. But basically I think I can induce a crash. No, I cannot. That did not induce a crash, but I can somehow. Another thing I've never tried is this. Yeah, which kind of worked. Anyway. How can I induce a crash? I know that I can. And it's something like this. Looking up through this, I don't know, it does sometimes equal 10. Along x, yeah, to 10. It goes as far as 10. There it went as far as 9. Yeah, it starts at 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 9. There it went to 9. There it went to 10. Aha! And that happened. It did overflow. Okay. And that's why I got a 2 on the other side of that. Nearly half an hour. It's why I got a 2 on the opposite side of that readout up here. I'll bet. Somehow, yeah, this had overflowed already, and as it wrote back down to it, it overflowed. It wrote to it a second time. What I don't see... Yeah, I got it there as well and didn't notice. Look at that though, no overflow. There it ends at 9, so perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Why it ended at 9 there... overflow. Why? Why end at 9 in that instance? Well, I mean, I mean, I mean, I kind of get it. It's a bit difficult, this. Because, yeah, I never want to hit that. I want to be always inside it. It's like not one whole unit inside it. But I don't want to draw to it. Surely the solution to this is not to just say, oh, stick me very, very close to it. Oh man. Or is it? I mean, it's like if I'm saying it's less than it. If, well, I mean, this applies to both the right and the bottom, so I'm saying if the top is less than it and the bottom is more than it. So I'm saying if the top is less than it, yeah, that's okay. I think. It's saying if it ends off the screen. It also saying, meaning that I think I'm going to have to say is greater than or equal to. And I think it's very, very uncertain indeed. I don't think this will make any difference, and I definitely don't think it'll make any difference to the little tests that I'm doing here, because all of my lines, because of the nature of the grid setup, are falling well outside. They're not falling close to the line, to the boundary. X at y height. See, this is just more or less right. But this is not. And I just don't feel like I can say minus 0.001. Don't ask me why. Minus 0.001. Right, I've got a funny feeling that might technically make it work. Maybe, not technically. I've got a funny feeling that might sort of make it work. But generally be a very poor show and mean every line that pops off that side of the screen is drawn with a kind of inaccuracy. And that actually it's more to do with my end up having more to do with my loops down there. Well, so whoop-de-doo, I say to myself. I didn't crash it doing that. And again, I didn't crash it doing that, and it didn't overflow. And I think I see that the line is right. This one overflowed before, and it doesn't overflow now. I mean, it is bad. That is, like, I don't like that. But I suppose it's right. It's like, if I make the grid 50, and then do this instead, now I get some in total rubbish. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't like the line it's drawing in any way. I say not in any way. I mean, in these situations, that looks basically fine. 1, 2, or 1, 2. That's the middle of the next one. It looks okay, but I'm really like, there's nothing. I have no confidence that this is the way to avoid an overflow, or that these are beautiful lines. Like, I don't think they are beautiful lines. Should I try rounding? What would it take to do rounding? Adding 0.5 to something. Yeah, you see, that is some bullshit, I say to myself. This dot should be here. And I don't see that as, like, rounding is not the thing that sorts that, I don't think. I think this is a problem with my loop. OLSY 1.5. Well, I suppose there's this aspect of it, and that makes it perfect. But pushing them both out that bit, it's like, oops. It's still a symmetrical shape. I feel like that should. Yeah, I don't know, it's a very small little space, I suppose. That does make it right. And in this instance, end x. Okay, yeah, the start 0.99999. That's the value I gave it. That's what I said. I said go just a tiny fraction inside. Can I really call this working? Kind of don't feel I can. Well, for one thing, I need to fix. Well, look. Why not? Absolutely, first of all. See what happens when I give it another line. I get a hideous little shape, but I do get a 2 in the corner. So first off, God, it's really kind of interesting. I shouldn't get all distracted doing this, but I mean, it's working, it's working. In a lot of ways, it's working. The lines shouldn't overlap at the ends, so I do need to figure out the what happens if I do this? Yeah, I get my little close-up and nothing is crashing. This line just sneaks on that corner. Well, well. This is kind of going okay. It's going okay. I'm going to stop just now. When I come back next time, I'm going to sort out the ends of the line to work according to this system. And I'm going to examine my loop, the loops that draw the actual lines, to see if there's something that I can do to compensate for the fact that I don't want to say, oh, you pass outside the output just a little bit inside. I want to be able to say you pass outside the output at that edge, but that's always going to be the right column or row of pixels. On the whole, I'm kind of pleased with this, though. It's come a long way in the last few days to be rendering like this, and I look forward to interpreting this into a gradient. So next time it'll be this stuff that I'm trying to fix.